Well, guys, I have in my hands a piece of paper, or as Neville Chamberlain said. But this is like precious, more rarer than diamonds, because I got my MOT. Yes, thank you, and all thanks to you guys on the channel. I've got to say, it's only because I do these videos that I got in contact with a geezer, local geezer working in Dunstable, when I started him up, and he's on the exchange now. He's running himself, like, you know. And he saw that, he said, he gave me a little text, and he says, "Have you got MOT yet?" And I went, "No." I said, "I just can't get hold of them, they're like gold dust." He said, "Well, I know a friend of mine, so I used to be in buses. A friend of mine actually's got like works in the bus garage, and they sell off their spare slots as cancellations when they're not MOT in the buses." So I give the woman a ring, Georgina, lovely girl, and answer phone. I thought, I've got no chance here. She rang me back. She says, "I've got one for Monday." But then, of course, got no time to prep the truck. This was on Friday. But the truck came when we bought it, MOT ready, if you believe anything that a used truck salesman tells you. So, and of course, then Monday morning, I've gone out, I've desperately tried to get round to the commercial firm down to WC's, and they've gone, "Yeah, we'll get you on Monday morning." So they went through, checked everything's fine. The only thing they said might be wrong is one of the tyres has got worn off the PSI rating on the side of the tyre, but they chalked it up so it could be seen. And they put 2 ton, Clive says, what kind of weight you got on there? I says, "Nothing." He says, "Well, that's an instant fail." I thought, I've always thought it was going to be too heavy, so I'm going with no heavy weight on it. But he says, "No," he says, "you haven't tried hard enough." So they rented me 2 concrete ton blocks, stuck that on. We went down. I've got to be honest, I was frightened. It was like going for my O-levels. You know, I was nervous, and I'm opening all this open. They said, "Right, leave it there, open the doors, take the battery cover off, take the fuel cap off," and they gone around it, and I'm going, "Anything I can do to help, gentlemen?" And then they got me in the van and got me doing the indicators and the lights, and then they moved me forward, and then they onto the they moved me forward. They chased the light. They're quite thorough, these 2 Vosa geezers, and then they put me on a rolling road forward and hit the brakes, and the guy's doing this, and I think it's gone orange. "Peter, you didn't hit it fast enough." Bang, "Oh, it's gone green." Yeah, lovely. And then they done the back, and then they done the handbrake. They're very thorough, like go around with a toffee hammer going ding, 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 ding. And then the guy falls forward and he put his thumb up at me, and I thought, does that mean you're done but you failed, or does that mean you passed? And I went over and he gave me the pass certificate. So I'm done now. I have done the tacho, I've recalibrated it, I have done the loller on a tail lift, that's kosher. I recommend that thing, you know, for 60 quid. The geezer turns around and he says, it's easier to oil and grease up bushes than it is to replace them. Bit of oil costs like 2p, new bush might cost you 60 quid. So I actually think it's worth doing, you know. And also it's nice to have a little sticker in case you ever get a tug. They put a little sticker on your tail lift, and the DVSA is going to go, "Oh yeah, okay. He's serious about taking care of his motor here." So we're up and running. And I'll be honest with you, I had a break today. I had a few things to do for the family, so I'm kicking around now. It's 11 o'clock. I've just spoke to the local firm. They've got one for me to pick up tonight to go in the morning. If I can get one little job today, and that's it, and I'll start running properly the way I do from tomorrow. But we're in the truck. There we go. Got the Union flag up on the bed when it folds down. You know, that we won't see it. I've got some safety pins and found somewhere to put my bag, and I've got to say the cup holders ain't great, and sorting myself out a bit of what down over there. Do we see over there? Yeah, that's the rucksack with my spare overnight thing. There's a pillow, might change that. Truck guitar, still don't play it. Might play it now when I've got a bit more time. And we've got a name for her. So I know the guys threw some names out there, and Alan said Davina. I thought about Davina, but I googled it. I'll tell you what, there was Bob Keane. He said it looks like the inside of a Soviet cab, wartime cab. And then I thought it might be a Russian name. So I came up with I don't know, Anastasia or Anna, which would have been alright, or Babushka, but I think that's the granny's name. And a few others, but it doesn't quite gel, it didn't quite stick. And then she was Davina for a little while, but Davina's a Scottish name, short for David, and Molly's boyfriend's called David, so that would have been a bit like naming the truck after Molly's boyfriend. That's a bit weird. And then for Bertha, she was Bertha for a little while. Mr. said Bertha, so I called her Bertha for 2 days, but Bertha's like Big Bertha, and I don't know, it wanted to be a bit more gentle. And finally, I sat there and thought about it, and I thought, well, what colour is she? She's white and blue. White and blue is gingham. Who wears gingham? So, welcome to Alice. Me and Alice. Alice, because she's going to take me to Wonderland. She's going to show me where the money is. Even this soppy thing here. My daughter made this cushion in art school, at art A level. She hates it. She says, Dad, it's rubbish. I can't part with it. I've still got the what do you call it? The egg box is painted red and it's called a fire engine. It doesn't really look much like a fire engine. What do you expect out of a 5-year-old? But so that's going to be down there now, because underneath that it keeps all my paperwork straight. But me and Alice are going to go running. Now, I know I've been avoiding you guys doing videos about questions and stuff like that, but I will get onto them. They're on the list. I don't want to bombard you guys with videos anymore, and it's a bit much anyway. So, but I'm now, after my massive whirlwind, from beginning to end, from I'm going back to school to I'm now kosher in a truck. Here we go. What's next? Who knows? Perhaps Hughes Transports. Perhaps Class 2. Perhaps ADR. Perhaps I think I might just stick with this for a little while. I think I might just try and focus and take care, take money.